17 success principles. We're going to get through this quick. The first success principle is a positive mental attitude. It really starts with your philosophy and how you approach life and what you think about things, how you feel about things. And it's best to move with the spirit of positive vibes and gratitude, appreciation, and patience. So a positive mental attitude is the first success principle. The second success principle is definiteness of purpose. Definiteness of purpose is having like a master purpose. What's the main reason you're getting up every day, and why are you living? What are your reasons why? That's what definiteness of purpose is. The third success principle is going to be going the extra mile. Always do more than what you get paid for to make an investment in yourself and in your future. That always stuck with me. Just have a spirit of leaving things better than you found it, and also be willing to do what's not required of you. The next success principle is accurate thinking. It's basically not taking anyone's opinion as fact, even your own. Always be willing to do the knowledge. And the smarter you become, the more willing you'll be able to say, I don't know. But you'll be willing to find out what you don't know. So accurate knowledge is another success principle. The next success principle is self-discipline. Self-discipline is going to take a lot of hard work, especially if you work for anyone else or you have things that you have to do that are not for you. You're going to have to learn to deny yourself from certain things, abstain from self-destructive behaviors. That's really what self-discipline is all about. And it's going to take a lot of integrity to discipline yourself from not doing things that you're not supposed to be doing. More importantly, from doing the things that you are supposed to be doing. Basically, don't neglect the small things. The next success principle is the mastermind. The mastermind is basically a group of 2 or more people who have common goals or objectives. Maybe you both want to be successful, but you do certain different things. You come together, you talk about where you're at, you nurture this group. Each person complements the other, and it's just going to help you to accelerate your success a lot faster. A good quote I once heard is that each of us needs all of us. So when you have a mastermind group and everyone's on the same page, it's just going to allow you all to progress faster than you would if you were to be by yourself. Okay, the next success principle is applied faith. You certainly want to have faith in God, faith in the circumstances, faith in yourself specifically, but you want to apply your faith. Now, the next success principle we have is a pleasing personality. This is one I personally excel in. It's really good to have a pleasing personality. The way I look at it is that I strive to be in a space of harmony. So I like to create harmonious environments. One of the reasons I do art is because it brings everybody together. Like, I have people that love my art from all over the world, different types of people you never think would even like, me as a person based on how I look, but then they see my art and it's like, oh wow. So when you mix in a really good personality that strives to create harmony, it really takes you far. Everybody likes to work with people who are easy to work with. The next success principle is personal initiative. I kind of talked about this in going the extra mile. Personal initiative is being your own person, self-starter basically. You're self-starting the process. You're not waiting for anyone to tell you what to do. You're not waiting for something to be monetized. You're not waiting for someone to give you a specific task. You have the initiative yourself to go out there and build your own thing. And that's where self-enterprising comes from as well. Being someone that's self-enterprising means that you're capable of making things happen based on your own gift or gifts. The 10th success principle is enthusiasm. Some of the most successful people I know, they are very, very enthusiastic to the point to where it turns some people off. I remember I was in this meeting one time and I was super enthusiastic, and the other gentlemen that were in the meeting, they weren't in the best mood. And I remember wishing them a great day, and I did it with a lot of enthusiasm, because I'm the type that's like, it ain't over till it's over, and we're gonna get it done. And I remember wishing them a great day and just hearing groans like, ugh, and then they got off the phone. Not everybody is enthusiastic, but it's up to you. If you are an enthusiastic person, it's up to you to keep that enthusiasm in your heart no matter what. No one can temper it. When I got off that call, I went about my day with that same level of enthusiasm. A very successful and confident person will be able to maintain enthusiasm through the ups and the downs. So enthusiasm, that is the 10th success principle. Success principle number 11, controlled attention. Controlled attention is very hard because there's so many different things that take our attention, from social media to YouTube to TikTok, which is social media, Netflix, whatever. There are lots of things that require and demand our attention. And when you learn to control that attention and really work on it hard, I got a video about time management, a really good video where you focus your attention in 30-minute blocks or 25-minute blocks at a time with 5 minutes off. That's a really good way to be productive and get a lot done when you focus your attention. Pay attention to what you're paying attention to, basically, because those minutes turn into hours really fast. Success principle number 11 is teamwork. This is a really good one because I mentioned each of us needs all of us. Teamwork is different from a mastermind group. A mastermind group, that's going to be a group of people that you truly trust and you're going to meet with. It could be a mentor, mentorships involved. Teamwork is being willing to ask for help. If you're working in a specific task, or you're at your job and you're new, a lot of things I see with new people is that they try to do everything on their own and they don't reach out to their management or leadership teams to help them get to the next level. A lot of success can be shortcut when you drop the ego and you're open and willing to work with a team. The next success principle number 13, and that's learning from defeat. I did a video recently where I talked about failure's not final. It's only final when you allow yourself to be defeated and you just let it be. You learn from defeat. Defeat and failure is part of success. And the most successful people I know, myself included, I failed multiple times in many things, but I always do my best to figure out, what did I gain from that failure? What did I not have that I now have from that failure? And that always helps me to push forward and accelerate into the next thing. You take that failure, you think about it for a little bit, you give yourself some time to get mad at it, but then you got to jump right back on and go hard at the next thing. So learning from defeat. The next success principle is creative vision. Creative vision to me means to use your imagination. I always talk about what's the best thing that can happen. And I was reading this book recently. In fact, someone gifted a book to me, this manifestation journal, Law of Attraction manifestation journal. And one of the things that it talks about is shining a light on your limiting beliefs. We all get to these points where we want something to happen, and it's very possible that it can happen, but there's always that little voice in your head that's like, it's not going to happen. What are you thinking about? What are you doing? That's not going to happen. This isn't for you. And if you use your imagination and you have this creative vision, you could put together your desired outcomes in your mind. And one thing I'll ask you to focus on is put together in your mind the process. How do you want the process to go? How do you want to feel? Not necessarily what you want the outcome to be, because in this same book, it talks about how when you tie your manifestations to a specific outcome, it almost makes you desperate in pursuit of that outcome. So when you have a creative vision, think about all the fun things that happen in your mind throughout the process. Know what you want your outcome to be, but really focus more on the feeling, because you can feel your way to where you want to be. The next success principle is budget, timing, and money. That's all one thing: budget, timing, and money. I don't have to go too deep into that. Budget your money, save 10% of what you keep. As far as timing, know when to spend, right? Know there's a good time to spend. I know there's a lot of people that want to sell things and you might meet with them, but it might not be the best time to spend. It might not be the season, but nurture nurture those relationships, because when the timing is right and you've stuck to your budget, you can use that money to make that investment. But you want to be smart about those investments. Don't just throw money out just to throw money out. I know I've thrown money at courses that I never opened. So be conscious about that. Budget, timing, and money. Before we go to these last two, if you're finding any value out of this video, drop a like because it's going to help other people see, okay? And then also share and subscribe to The Art of Being Freed. We're dropping videos every Friday. This has just been more videos versus podcasts. So we're about to introduce the very first podcast shortly. Also have a book coming out, a children's illustrated book called The Art of ABCs. So be on the lookout for that. You can follow at Call Center TV for more art. Now, these last two are very important. Maintaining sound physical and mental health. I heard this gentleman recently say there are 4 areas that you want to be fit in: mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. And they all go together. And maintaining sound physical and mental health is different from just working out and going to the gym. You can go to the gym and work out and eat a bunch of junk. What are you putting into your mind, right? Pay attention to what you're paying attention to. You know, those are ways that you can thrive by watching what you put into your body. That's going to make it easier for you to have a mentally fit approach to life because you're eating righteous and your mind is clear. Reading pages versus watching screens and reading loud will help you with how you talk, how you speak. So maintaining sound physical and mental health, that is the 16th success principle. And the last success principle, this one's different. And I got this from Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude from Napoleon Hill and W. Clement Stone. But it is using cosmic habit force. That sounds like cosmic habit force sounds like a cartoon. Cosmic habit force. I'm gonna tell you what this means to me just based on my years of reading Think and Grow Rich and Napoleon Hill. It's basically understanding the universe. There's a yin and yang to things, and you typically get back what you put in. There's this universal law that you'll reap what you sow. There's the story of the sower who was given all these seeds, and he sows these seeds, and things happen to the seeds over time. The birds come and get the seeds, weeds grow in the garden. There's all these different things that happen, but because you keep sowing these seeds, eventually you're going to get yours. The idea is to continue sowing. Never stop sowing. That's why failure is not final unless you allow yourself to be defeated. And if you believe in the law of averages, which I learned the law of averages in like 2003, so a long time ago, the more you put in, the more you'll get back. So there's a give and get approach. Be willing to give more than you expect to receive. Also, be willing to give without the anticipation of receiving. Give because it's the right thing to do. Again, you want to do what's not required of you. A lot of people give because they're opportunistic and they want to ride a wave. But if you give because it's in your heart to give, if you give because it's the right thing to do, and you're not thinking about some reward, some reciprocal reward, in time, those wins are going to add up. All of a sudden, you have more than you could have ever imagined. So consider these things. This is Freed with the Art of Being Freed, 17 Success Principles. I appreciate you coming through, watching the video, new videos every Friday. We're about to wrap up this show. We got about 8 more episodes. We're going to introduce the official podcast. In the meantime, follow at Freed Podcast on Instagram and TikTok now. And you can also subscribe to the Art of Being Freed for weekly motivational content. We're posting shorts as well. Get a lot of views on the shorts. Not as many on these videos, but it'll balance out. Law of averages. Until next week, this is your boy Freed with the Art of Being Freed. Feel free to watch this video here on persistence. There's also this daily playlist you can watch, check it out. Look forward to seeing you next week. Peace.